Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what people find desirable about you, okay? Please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. I'm now going to show you your crystals. So for pile number 1, we have this apatite crystal. For pile number 2, we have citrine. And for pile number 3, we have this rose quartz heart. I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. If you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I will see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this apatite crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people find desirable about you. Okay, please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. And let me go ahead and add the rest of your cards. You chose the card recognition. Let's see what comes up in your reading today. So by the way, I am starting your reading at 8:08, so maybe that's an angel number some of you are seeing, or maybe it has something to do with the reading we'll see in a moment. Okay, my pile number 1. So for your cards, we have positivity, we have cosmic power, we have peace with there is no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. We have the Queen of Cups. You have an extra little tarot card with the 7 of Cups, and I'm going to put this here for now. For your tarot cards, we have the World Cosmos, which is the World card. We have the Star. We have the 6 of Inspiration, which is the 6 of Wands. We have the Page of Inspiration, which is the Page of Wands. We have the 4 of Materials, which is the 4 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Emotions, which is the 6 of Cups. We have the Justice card. And lastly, we have the Page of Materials, which is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, my pile number 1s, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly what people find desirable about you. So first off, I'm seeing a phone, social media. So for some of you, you could be very desired for if you seem photogenic in some way, like if people watch your Instagram, your Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, you could be very photogenic or just very pretty, very appealing and physically appealing, but also photogenic is something I'm hearing, and that's something people perhaps find desirable about you. Some of you have an Instagram influence, like you maybe have a lot of people looking at your Instagram Here with the world card, it kind of gives me the feeling of like many people from across the world looking at you in some way on your social media with technology and finding you pretty desirable on technology, and kind of just finding you nice to look at. I don't know, that's the feeling I get here. Whereas for others of you, I guess you kind of just post wherever, and it's like people love to just stare at your posts or look through maybe your posts and see your fashion style or see the way you did your makeup if you do that, or just maybe the photos you take are very photogenic, or the videos you take. That's something I'm seeing. I'm hearing glow up for some of you. Some of you have recently had a glow up, or you have been glowing up over the years, and it's like people are watching you on social media to see how you look now, and it's like people from the past almost feeling sorry, here with the 6 of Cups, this feeling of like the one that got away kind of energy, especially people that were kind of like shady towards you or betrayed you in some way, like friendships that didn't last, where maybe they would compare themselves to you in the past and then kind of just be rude to you out of nowhere, or people that weren't having the best intentions towards you, people that were kind of wearing a mask and not showing their true self. I'm seeing those types of people, or just people from your past that are kind of resisting change, that are kind of holding on to you, as we see here in the 4 of Pentacles, and they still watch your social media, and they find you to be glowing up right now. They see you aligning to who you are meant to be in this lifetime, and they just see you glowing up and coming into alignment with your dreams and desires, with the 6 of Wands, success, you know what I mean, and glowing up. So there's something here about people on social media from the past looking at you and seeing your glow up and almost feeling like you are the one that got away, like they fumbled the bag, is something I'm hearing. So that's what I see, and it's like people always see you glow up and transform. You're someone very transformative, and it's like people are always seeing you glow up, level up, transform in your life, and that's something people also find desirable about you. Spirit is showing me a butterfly. So this may be my pile of beautiful, colorful butterflies that flutter around, and everyone wants to catch and keep this beautiful butterfly to themselves because they desire this beautiful, colorful butterfly so much. But you are always fluttering away, especially from people from the past, because I feel like they weren't completely honest with you. Those people from the past, maybe they caused some kind of chaos in your life, but at the same time, they just see you being content with your life and feel like they have fumbled the bag in some way. They see you having peace of mind. So that's something I see as well. But maybe they also see you having truthful connections in your life right now, and then almost like looking into your life and feeling like, why can't I be there? kind of energy. That's why I say you are the one that got away to most people from the past, and you're living rent-free in their heads still. And you glowing up is just making you even more desirable to them. But it's like they can't even have you. And like I said, you're that beautiful butterfly that is always fluttering away from negativity and toxicity. You want positivity and peace and love, and that is what I see there. Spirit is also showing me nails. I'm just kind of closing my eyes and see what comes up, because I feel drawn to doing that today in your reading. Spirit is showing me nails. Some of you have really beautiful, gorgeous nails, and it's like people find that desirable, or at least people find it really good to look at. Your nails. I don't know how you do your nails. Some of you have really gorgeous styles in the way you do your nails, if you do acrylic or gel or like those fake nails. Or some of you have natural nails, but it's still very beautiful, still very desirable to look at. I'm seeing the Algiz sign, which is a protection sigil. So I feel here maybe that is a message for people looking in on you. You know what I mean? The Algiz rune is a protection rune, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to use that. If you go search Algiz on Google, you'll see it come up. But maybe even like evil eye bracelets or jewelry or things like that, I think Spirit is recommending you get some type of form of protection on your phone. Like when you can go onto Canva or any of those editing apps, and you can kind of put your cover page there of what you want to have on your phone, and then put like some type of protective sigil or protective symbol there. Then it will protect your phone or inside your phone case. That's something Spirit is recommending, because I feel like maybe some of you I'm hearing a lot of traffic to your social media, and you want to protect your phone, especially from people that are kind of looking at you and comparing themselves to you here with the Page of Pentacles. Maybe even past friends from the past, like comparing themselves to you now, because it seems you have been glowing up, leveling up in your life. You've been finding success. You've been shining like a star, my pile number ones. And it seems some people compare themselves to you, and they find your traits desirable in the sense that they want it for themselves. So you may have some people that like try to copy you or mimic you here with the Page of Pentacles, because I'm looking at this and this person has a rose head, but they're kind of morphing with this rose. So there is this feeling of comparison here, and people wanting or desiring your traits, desiring to look like you or desiring to have what you have. And that's what they find desirable about you, because I don't know, I feel like they wish they could take on some of the traits you have. But what do they wish to take on, Spirit? Let's see. Let me close my eyes again. Okay, so Spirit is showing me, in those movies where people are going to like a flash sale, and like there's many dresses or things being sold there, and it's like maybe there's one dress left and everyone's fighting over this dress. So there is this feeling of your beauty, my pile number ones, or your attractiveness. Maybe you have specific types of qualities that they almost want to take on or mimic. Maybe some of you have a great sense of fashion style. I'm noticing this in the Queen of Cups. Like, look at her dress here. It just looks great. Maybe some of you have beautiful qualities in yourself, like beautiful hair that people want. It's like they want it for themselves to look like you. Or maybe you have a beautiful smile, as we see here. Maybe you have gorgeous nails, like I said before, gorgeous lips, gorgeous way of doing your makeup. But it's almost like people want to copy or mimic you and have the qualities and traits you have because they find it desirable in you. So I guess they do find it desirable, but just in a toxic way, or in a way of like insecurity. You get what I mean? So they still do find you desirable, but more so to have your qualities and traits, to almost be you. You may just have a lot of people copy and mimic you, okay? So that's something I'm seeing. Okay, Spirit is showing me an electricity plug. So this lets me know people really desire your quality of being such an energetic person. For some of you, you have this bright energy to you, and I'm even seeing that in this positivity card. It's like your positive energy is contagious. Your laughter, your smiles are contagious. Your energetic nature, when you speak about something you're passionate about, that people find desirable. People find that quality and trait really desirable, and they really want to get to know you more when they see those traits in you, because they just feel this positive vibe from you that is contagious. And I feel like you are maybe the type of person that is just having a positive mindset, or maybe you look at the world with beauty, and it's like that in itself is contagious. You express yourself in a way that really shows who you are at a soul level, and it's like people really enjoy that, admire that quality and trait in you, and they also desire that quality and trait in you. But it's also very contagious in a beautiful, good way. So Spirit is showing me Mabel from Gravity Falls and how cute she was. And Spirit is also showing me Cat from Victorious. That type of energy as examples to explain this kind of positive vibe you have. It's like you sparkle, you throw sparkles everywhere you go, sunshine and rainbow kind of energy. I just love this vibe you have, and that's something also like people find desirable in you. I feel like most of you have vivid personalities. Vivid, colorful personalities is something I'm seeing from Spirit, and that's something people find desirable in you. I'm also seeing a vibe like I keep getting fashion style. People really desire fashion style. And maybe the way you do your makeup and your hair. But some of you like to just express yourself in an authentic way when you are dressing up. It's like you dress to impress is what I'm hearing from Spirit. And that's something people find very desirable in you. I'm also hearing some of you have specific placements in your birth chart that allow you to just even be more desirable. Like I'm hearing ascendant sign for some of you, or Venus sign. So think of what your Venus or ascendant sign is in, and almost like try to fit it to what I'm explaining. Because your Venus and ascendant together can give you this type of vibe or aesthetic you give off. Let me give an example. I have a Pisces Venus and Aries rising. So I come off as mermaidy in my beauty, but also a little bit like don't F with me vibe. But also cute. So that's just an example. And like dreamy, like the Pisces energy. So yeah, I just see that you have this kind of energy to you that really, your vibe is what people desire as well. It's not just your physical beauty, it's also your vibe. I'm seeing some of you have like long curly hair, or like curly hair that is shorter and more curly, or some of you it's like wavy, and people really like your hair, and people really find your hair desirable, and your lips. Some of you, it's like the way you wear your lipstick or lip gloss, or your lips are just like desirable in some way, something I'm seeing. But also people find your body to be really desirable as well. And your smile, people really enjoy looking at you smile and laugh, and they love the sound of your laughter. That's something I'm seeing. People also find it desirable, the fact that you can match people's energies at different degrees. So I'm seeing this energy like let's say you are with a specific person today and they have this type of personality, and then tomorrow you are with another person and they have a completely opposite personality. I feel like you just vibe with people on different levels, and you like show different parts of yourself based on their energies, if that makes sense. And there's something here about like matching people's energies, or being able to vibe with a lot of people, a lot of different people with different backgrounds, different types of personalities, different ways of looking at life. It's like you match people's energies well, is something I'm hearing, and that's something people desire about you as well. Some of you have a little bit of this peaceful energy, like you just really give off this peaceful, kind of like compassionate, empathetic energy, and that's something people also find really desirable in you, because it's like, especially love interests I'm seeing here with the cosmic power card, or people that are attracted to you, or people that have crushes on you, especially those people, they find those traits really desirable in you, because I feel here with the baby on this card, on this cosmic power card, like marriage material vibe or family material vibe, like you're the type of person I'd want to have a family with and settle down with kind of energy. That's what people find desirable in you, especially people that are attracted to you. And the reason I say so is because as we see a baby here, but we also see the cosmic power card, and this couple shows up as one. So when I think of one, I can also think of like union, marriage. So that is something I see here. Because they come up as one, they're two different people, but they show up as one entity. So that is the story of them, and they balance each other out with the feminine energy here is the moon, the masculine energy is the sun. So there's something about like, even people that have, especially like people that are attracted to you, even if they have an opposite energy to you, or they're not maybe having the same qualities or traits as you, it's like they find that you balance them out well, and they find that they like that kind of opposites attract energy, and they find that maybe they're not like the opposite of you, but how do I put this in words? Maybe they are just a little bit different to you, and then they still find that they can get along with you and vibe with you in some way, if that makes sense, and that's something they find desirable. I also feel like sometimes people don't necessarily want, how do I put this in words? I'm seeing like some of the people that are attracted to you don't always necessarily want someone that is similar to them. They want someone that can keep it interesting, that keeps a vibe like exciting, you know what I mean? And that is something that they feel you offer, so they find you really desirable. But it's also like they find your qualities and traits desirable in the fact that they find you to be marriage material, is something I'm seeing. And I feel like you, my pile number ones, since you have this compassionate, empathetic nature, you're also someone that is able to be emotionally vulnerable with others. And that is something love interests find really desirable in you, because it's like you're there for them when they're going through the most. And I'm hearing by your side. Like, I'll always be by your side. You're someone that is always there for those you love when they need it the most, and that's something people find especially desirable in you. But I feel like you have this energy that is resisting chaos. That's the feeling I get. I feel like you've experienced chaos in the past, and now you're trying to find peace in your life, and I think people that are also trying to find peace in their life desire that quality in you, or find that quality in you desirable to be like friends with you or to be around you in your circle, because they know that they would just align to you and things would just flow, you know what I mean? And that you'd be on the same page. So that's something I'm seeing as well. And people just feel like you make them feel peaceful. You make them feel at home is something I'm seeing, and that's something they find desirable in you. People also say that you are someone that looks expensive in everything you wear. It's like you have this expensive bougie quality to you for some of you, and that's also what makes you desirable to people. But I think people also see that you're very blessed with abundance or success in some way, and that's something they find desirable. But I think people also see you as someone that is abundant in your soul, in your nature, like in laughter, in smiles, in love, and that's something they find desirable as well. But also the way you make decisions, it's like you're a really good decision maker, and you're someone that is really truthful, honest, true to yourself, and that's something people find desirable. But also the fact that you just have this way of expressing yourself in the most creative, fun way. And I also feel like you are desired in the fact that you're always moving forward, always, leveling up, always transforming is something I'm seeing as well. But also your chilled nature, like people feel like they can be themselves around you, and that's something they find desirable in you. But also I feel like you have this vibe to you where you really shine with the star card, but you don't try to. It's like an effortless kind of thing. And I think people recognize your beauty when they see you, and they recognize how much self-love you have, but you have this humbleness to you as well that makes you even more desirable, that makes you stand out even more. And you also have this dreamy quality and essence to you with the 7 of Cups, and that's something people find desirable in you. But I also feel like you're someone that kind of not studies the people around you, but you're very aware of like what they like, what they don't like. And I feel like you have this thoughtful kind of energy with friendships and lovers and people close to you. You're very thoughtful, and that's something they find desirable as well. But I also feel like when you speak up for yourself, it's like people also find that desirable. I'm hearing like, whoa, feisty. So I don't know, like maybe people like that. I'm seeing that. And I feel like some of you have this introverted quality to you for some of you, and it's like people also vibe with that, because some people are introverted and they find that desirable as well. Like let's say someone is introverted and they want to be your friend, and then they find you desirable because they're also introverted. You get what I mean? So this is what I see in your reading of what people find desirable about you, my pile number ones. I really think that people recognize your physical beauty, how much you shine, how much you just stand out, and how you're always glowing up and leveling up. But how you don't show it off to the world, and you just express yourself in the most beautiful way. But your soul is also beautiful. Your heart is also beautiful. Your compassionate nature is also beautiful. So this was your reading. I really hope that this resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose the citrine crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people find desirable about you. Please be aware this is a general reading, to only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. You chose the card Turn Away. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards. Let's see what shows up for you today. Okay, so for your cards, we have Memories, We have creativity. We have bold with unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. We have the Fool card. We have an extra little tarot card for you with the Devil. Okay, I'm just going to put that here for now. We have the Nine of Materials, which is the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Emotions, which is the Nine of Cups. We have the Muse of Emotions, which is the King of Cups. We have the Page of Emotions, which is the Page of Cups. We have the Knight of Inspiration, which is the Knight of Wands. We have the Page of Voices, which is the Page of Swords. We have the Lovers. And lastly, we have the Ace of Materials, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, my pile number 2s, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly what people find desirable about you. So I'm first picking up on this energy that you, my pile number 2s, have this beautiful energy. Like whenever you go somewhere, it's like people love to just stare at you, something I'm seeing here in your cards, and it's like people just love to be around you and stare at you and look at you when you're in public. Like I'm picking up on strangers and maybe a little bit of social media. Some of you are photogenic in some way, because this image to me kind of reminds me of like taking a photo. So that's something I'm seeing here. Like people love to just stare at you and they find you pretty desirable in the way like they just love to stare at you. Your physical beauty is desirable to them and they just love to look at you. I'm seeing a ring in my mind's eye. So some of you, people really find the jewelry and accessories you wear to be desirable in some way or make you look very good in some way, is something I'm seeing as well. But I feel like you also just have this bold, adventurous quality to you that is like almost like your wild side coming out, and that's something people find pretty desirable in you, especially because they just find you really fun to be around. They find your bold, eccentric nature to be something really desirable to them, something really... I feel like people think you're really outgoing, people really think you're fun to be around. And that is something I'm seeing here, but you're also not scared to really stand out and shine and really let yourself be seen in some way. I think you have this courageous, bold nature, even in the way you dress and the way you express yourself. I think some of you, if you are not creative, with the way they're dressing here, it makes me feel like some of you are very creative in the way you express yourself, in the way you wear clothes, in the way you dress up. Like even in this Fool card, her bag here looks so pretty, and like I just feel like some of you have really good fashion styles that people really find desirable about you. People really think that the clothes you wear or the style or aesthetic you have really looks good on you, and that's something people find desirable. But also if you express yourself in a really creative way, in the way you dress, in the way you do your makeup and hair, or whatever, it's like people find that very desirable as well. And that's something I'm seeing. Like, this card over here is reminding me of that Bratz movie where they went on some kind of road trip, I think, and then I think they were in Texas, if I'm not mistaken, and they were kind of like driving around there, and there was going to be some type of fashion show, and then they picked up this one girl there that designed all their clothes for them, and it looked really good, and I don't know how to explain it, but it's reminding me of that. So that energy is coming through very strongly about your fashion style. Maybe some of you look like models because, I mean, they literally had a fashion show runway. Maybe some people just think you look very glam, very like much like a model, if that makes sense. Or you could be a model if you wanted to, because I'm just picking up like your physical beauty is something people really find desirable in you. The way you look physically, the way you do your makeup, the way you do your hair, the way you kind of express yourself. And I'm seeing like when you're out in public and you're just doing your own thing in your own kind of mind, it's like people just love to stare at you and look at you. You may just have a very good looking type of energy to you. I'm also feeling here people really like your voice. People find your voice to be desirable. Some of you have beautiful voices or beautiful singing voices if you're creative in some way is something I'm seeing. But also I feel like the way when you speak, it's like you make yourself be heard. You have all eyes on you when you speak, or when you just boldly dress up in something. You're not afraid to stand out and shine and be seen in some way, and that takes a lot of courage. But I'm also seeing this vibe of like people almost wanting to worship you, if that makes sense. Like, the way I see it is almost like people find you so desirable they'd almost want to worship you. They just put you on a higher pedestal. That's something I'm seeing here. I just feel like a lot of people admire you, not just desire you, but like admire all your qualities, and you're very liked by many people is something I'm seeing here. But you're also really respected by people, especially when you speak. It's like your voice is to be heard, or something about the things you say, or the way you speak is so beautiful. Something about that. People really find your voice to be desirable. Some of you have really sexy voices. Some of you just have really beautiful voices. So Spirit is showing me Aquamarine, the movie Aquamarine, where she kind of like is on the bike with them, I think, and then, like, as you know in the movie, she is a mermaid, Aquamarine, and then she kind of like, they're showing me the scene where she puts on this t-shirt and then she ties it around her in a really creative way and makes it look different, where she makes it look like a blue dress. Spirit is showing me that. So your fashion style keeps coming up, and the way you do things maybe is not what most people would think of, or maybe the way you wear things is kind of like this trendsetter vibe that people just really find desirable. And it's like maybe you put together outfits in a way no one would ever think of. It's very innovative and unique to you, and I feel like you're the trendsetter where maybe people would even start to mimic and copy your style because they find it really desirable. I'm also seeing some of you have really beautiful smiles, really beautiful laughter, and people just love your adventurous, bold personality, how you just stand out and shine, and that's something people find really desirable. But I'm also feeling with the Devil card, there is a lot of that sexual desire here. Of course, this is not an 18 plus reading. If you want to find out more about that, please watch one of my 18 plus readings. But it's like people also find you desirable in that way. And I think people kind of look at you, and I'm feeling like you are spicy hot in some way, in the way you look. Even your hair, it's like people are really drawn and desire to touch your hair, to touch your body. That's the feeling I get here. But I also feel like you seem like you're really blessed in abundance. And it seems like you have really also worked hard in your life to achieve a lot of things. And that's something people also find desirable in you, because you really work hard to achieve the things you want. And it doesn't necessarily have to be physical material abundance. It can be working on yourself, really putting in that work to better yourself. It can be your creativity. Maybe some of you are creative artists in some way, and it's like people really desire to buy your art, desire to hear what you have to create, or desire to see what you have to create and buy it. That's something I'm seeing. If some of you are creative, it's like people would pay whatever to buy it. So that's something I'm seeing. But I'm also just seeing this energy of like, maybe you look really abundant physically in some way with the 9 of Pentacles. Maybe you look really blessed in terms of your finances, and that's something people also find desirable in you, because you seem to have this go-getter attitude, bold, like I'm going after my dreams, and this ambitious nature and energy, and people really find that inspiring, is something I'm seeing. But I'm also seeing with the 9 of Cups here with this genie lamp, it's like a lot of people find a lot of the traits you have, it's like they wish they could have those traits sometimes. I feel like it's not an envy here. It's more so like, I wish I could have that trait. Like, let's say you have beautiful hair and people wish to have beautiful hair like you, or your sense of fashion style. Maybe they wish they could dress in a creative, aesthetic way like you, or maybe they really wish to be abundant like you, or ambitious like you, or maybe they just really wish to be adventurous and bold like you, or maybe like you attract a lot of love partners here with the Lovers card and they wish to have that. I also feel with the Page of Cups, you have a really playful nature and maybe they wish to have that quality. I don't know what they wish to have. It may be different for different people, but there's something here about when people see you, it's like they desire to have your qualities, and maybe sometimes they may stick around to almost have that rub off on them. It kind of reminds me of a conversation I had yesterday where this lady was telling me sometimes we subconsciously look for people around us, friendships, lovers, and the traits that we admire in them, we wish to have ourselves subconsciously. Like, let's say someone is not adventurous or bold, they're kind of shy, then maybe they will start being your friend to let that energy rub off on them because they subconsciously desire that quality or trait. You get what I mean? And it's not in an intentional way, it's in a subconscious way. So that's something I'm seeing. But I feel like you just have this trendsetter vibe to you. Queen bee vibe, king bee vibe. Royalty bee vibes. That's the feeling I get. Like, you just stand out and shine with whatever you do, and that's something people find desirable in you. And I'm also feeling like some of you really have brilliant minds. Like, you're really, really intelligent and smart. You're not just this trendsetter with physical beauty. You also have a brilliant mind. So it's like you have all the qualities and traits people would want in a partner, in a friend. Maybe you just seem to, I'm hearing the word perfect. Maybe you seem perfect to most people. Like, you have it all. Like, you have maybe success. Like, you have ambitious energy. Maybe you have intelligence. You also have playfulness, physical beauty, and inner beauty. And it's like, it seems like you are perfect, or you have your life together in some way, or at least that's maybe how people view you. And it's like, it's not in a bad way. It's more so this energy of, oh, my pile number twos have their life together. I am inspired by them. I aspire to be like them. I look up to them. You have like a leadership quality to you where you have people almost follow your lead in a good way. And it's like you set a good example to people. I feel like maybe you are a role model to people that are younger than you, or people that just look up to you in some way even. I even feel like maybe even people older than you will look up to you in some way and admire your qualities and traits. And it's like maybe they desire to have those qualities or traits themselves, or have a friend or partner with the Lover's card with your specific qualities and traits. And that's what people find really desirable about you. But I just feel like people really fall in love with your mind. They feel like your mind is desirable, your intelligence, your knowledge. That's something I'm seeing. I'm also seeing you are someone that has been letting go of a lot within your emotions. And I feel like sometimes people, the feeling I get from your pile is more so this inspired energy. People being inspired by you, people looking up to you. So I'm seeing here, it's kind of like this energy of you've been releasing a lot in your emotions, and you are someone that feels things deeply, probably, or at least that's how people perceive you. And they perceive you to be someone that is letting go of toxic habits, toxic people, things in your life that aren't serving you, that keep you stuck. And maybe you're someone that is comfortable and open with your feelings and emotions, with the muse of emotions. It's like people look up to you in that sense, and they wish they could be as emotionally open like you. Because I feel like you're comfortable with your emotions and comfortable with your feelings, and you know how to really sit with those feelings and understand them. Or maybe that's just how people perceive you. Like, it seems like you have a lot of wisdom, and you are seeming to forgive a lot of people in your life, and that is something people are just noticing within you. And it's something they desire within you, okay? But also your heart is really beautiful. Your heart shines out, and you just have this playful, adventurous quality to you that people really desire in you, desire to have in a friend, desire to have in a partner. It's like you have the qualities and traits everyone wishes for in a partner and a friend is something I'm seeing. But you also invoke deep feelings in people, and I just feel like people start to fall in love with you, or people just start to have deep feelings for you when they get to know you, because you have so many qualities and traits that are desirable. But I'm also feeling like with the memories card, a lot of people think back to memories they've had with you, or they look back to photos of you, of like when you were together, or that kind of energy. Or maybe even people from the past that you haven't spoken to. It's like they keep the memories in their mind, and they really desire you, and they really desire to keep those memories alive, if that makes sense. That's something I'm seeing. Like, maybe you're the one that got away for a lot of people, and it's like they just find you even more desirable now that you've cut them out of your life, or you let go of them. Or some of it is not cutting them out. Like, let's say you've had a friendship where you just drifted apart, but you don't talk to each other anymore, and it wasn't on bad terms. Then they still think of the memories with you and have like little smiles or laughter. You get what I mean? So that's what I see here. And that's something they find really desirable as well. And I feel like you make those around you feel safe. You have this very relaxed, peaceful energy as well, but also bold and adventurous and playful. So you have two sides of that. And you also have this really hopeful energy that makes people also see things in a hopeful way, and that's something people also desire. And I think you are someone that masters your skill. You're someone that has a brilliant mind, has a very creative energy, and that's something people also desire in you. And it's like you're just creating the reality you want to live, and it's like this inspiration I see from people. Some of you are amazing at cooking or baking or just creative things is something I'm seeing as well. And people love that you are someone that is fair, that is honest, that is nurturing. And I also see people find you desirable in the sense that they want to give to you, they want to spoil you, and they really find it desirable when you receive that with a smile on your face. So this is what I see in your reading. So I'm also seeing that there's this energy with you, like you're really supportive in terms of friendships, and you treat those around you like family, and you're really supportive to those around you. Spirit is showing me like this kind of energy of you hype up those around you and make them also see the good qualities within them, the desirable qualities within them. And that's something I'm also seeing that people find really desirable in you, because you make those around you feel seen, heard, loved, appreciated for their desirable traits too. So this is what I see in your reading, my pile number 2s. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this rose quartz crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people find desirable about you, okay? You chose the card Be Spontaneous. Please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. Let's see what shows up in your reading now. Okay, my pile number 3s. For your cards, we have Healing, we have Fearless Love, we have Compassion with Release Judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. We have the Empress. We have an extra little tarot card for you with the High Priestess. I'm going to put this here for now. We have the Hermit. We have the Hierophant. We have the Queen of Emotions, which is the Queen of Cups. We have the Death card. We have the Ten of Inspiration, which is the Ten of Wands. We have the Queen of Inspiration, which is the Queen of Wands. We have the Chariot. And lastly, we have the Two of Emotions, which is the Two of Cups. Okay, my pile number 3s, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly what people find desirable about you. So I am seeing this energy where I'm hearing a plane go across as I, laid your cards out now. Like, I feel this energy. A lot of you are always leveling up, always growing, always expanding. It's like every time people see you, you have leveled up, you have transformed yourself in some way. With the death card, you're always letting go of old parts of yourself and coming up with new parts of your personality that just shine out, and different parts of yourself that are reborn each time people see you. It's like you're always leveling up, always growing, always glowing up in every way. And it's like each time someone sees you, I feel like this is people that know you. It's like I feel this element of surprise here, of shock, of like, my pile number 3s, like, they're always transforming themselves, always growing, always, like, I feel like you're someone that always grows, and your growth is prominent when people look at you, especially since the last time they see you and then they see you again. It's like that type of energy I'm seeing very heavily. And with the plane going across, maybe some of you travel, maybe some of you are successful in some way, or you're traveling, you're enjoying life, and that's something people also find desirable in you because they just see you leveling up, growing in your life, and that's something I see as well. The Chariot also sometimes represents travel, so that's something I see. Or maybe you're always moving on to the next thing, moving on to better and bigger things, and it's like movement is always happening in your life. That's what I see here, and that is something people really find desirable in you. And they see you really growing in the future as well, and it's like people desire to see who you will be in the future because you already have so much of this quality of just being able to grow and transform all the time. And maybe you're someone that is always changing, always transforming, and like you're not the same person you were 2 days ago. That's the type of feeling I get. Maybe you're someone that always changes your hairstyles, always changes your sense of fashion style. One day you have this aesthetic, next day another one. Like, that's the feeling I get from you, and it's like people can't wait to see who you grow into in the future, and that is something they also desire to see. And you seem like someone that is just not in a hurry or rush to kind of force things to happen. It's just like people see you do things and they see you just flow, and they see you just do everything effortlessly. And there's this sense of divine timing with you where you're really patient with the things you want. You're really having this go with the flow energy. And it's like you make the things you do seem easy. Maybe you're really talented or skilled at something and you make it seem easy, if that makes sense. But you also have this very divine quality to you that people desire in you. Very divine. Maybe some of you are spiritual in some way or something along those lines. It's like people see you as divine. And I'm hearing the song God is a Woman by Ariana Grande. So the feeling I get is similar to pile 2, where I said to them, people would literally worship you. Because it's like, I think you don't just have those personality traits, but you also have a lot of physical beauty. With the Queen of Wands and the Empress showing up, there is a lot of physical beauty here that people notice in you. That you're not trying to show off, but it's just noticeable. You just stand out. That's the feeling I get. You just stand out in everything you do, everything you wear. You're not even trying to get attention from it, but people's eyes on you and they notice you. And I feel like when you're just doing things and you're in your own little world, just kind of focusing on you, it's like people look at you from afar and see you and admire you and desire your qualities and traits and find you very desirable in that sense as well. Like, not just your physical beauty, but also like when people see you do things, you seem to be doing at a really talented place, or you seem to be really talented at a lot of things, or gifted in some way. And that's something I see people really find desirable about you as well. And I also just feel like, in terms of your physical beauty, some of you have really gorgeous lips or really kissable lips that people desire. And some of you have this free-spirited vibe, this spontaneous vibe to you, this fun vibe that people really like as well, and people find desirable in you because they find you a lot of fun to be around. They find you to be someone that is very passionate about life, and I feel like you see life in color, you see life from this depth, this deepness, and your soul is really beautiful too. With the Queen of Cups is something I'm seeing, like not just your physical beauty, your soul's also beautiful, your heart is beautiful, and people find that desirable as well. Because I feel like you have a physical beauty, but also an inner beauty to you that people notice and find very desirable. I feel like you also have this Venusian quality to you, with the Empress card showing up and the Be Spontaneous card with the shell here. It reminds me of Venus energy, and it's like maybe you have Venusian energy is like a very loving, very romantic energy, very beautiful energy. So you could be very beautiful, very romantic, or at least that's how people see you, and they find those qualities in you desirable. And I also feel like some of you, your fashion style, it's like when you wear things, you make it look good on you. Like these two women look like they're sitting in almost the same position. It's like you could just sit there and look pretty, or just lie down and look pretty, and people already desire you. You don't have to do much. Like, that's a feeling I get, and you just stand out. You have this unique, eccentric look to you, and whatever you wear, you pull it off in a very beautiful way. It's like I'm seeing the things you wear fit your body nicely and just make your unique features stand out. It's not like the dress or the clothes wear you wear the clothes, and you stand out in the things you wear and the way you express yourself. And that is something people find desirable. But also, I just feel like you carry a lot of beauty, a lot of physical beauty in you, and maybe some of you look bougie in the things you wear, or you look luxurious or glamorous in some way is the word I'm hearing. Maybe you look like you have money in some way, or maybe the things you wear just look bougie or expensive on you. Whereas some of you, I'm feeling like you just have this free-spirited vibe in the clothes you wear, in the way you express yourself, where it's very unique and according to you and your personality, and people really like that. So that is something I'm seeing. Like, in terms of some of your fashion style, you express yourself in a very free-spirited, unique, eccentric way, and it's like you stand out with whatever you do. Because we have the peacock feathers here. When you think of peacocks, they just stand out, and I'm hearing dress to impress kind of energy, or Spirit is showing me you look like a work of art in some way. And that is something people also find desirable in you. But I feel like you also have a beautiful sense of self-love within you, where you are really starting to love yourself on a deeper level. And that makes you just shine even more. It makes you stand out even more. And that makes you even more desirable, is something I'm seeing when you really value yourself, honor yourself, respect yourself, and love yourself, and really take care of you first. So that's something I'm seeing as well. Spirit is showing me you have a really healing energy, a really loving energy as well. And that's something people find desirable because you're someone that feels things on a deep level. You have this sensitive but strong nature to you, and I feel like your sensitivity is your superpower in this case, or at least this is what people feel about you, because your sensitivity is what makes you so strong. Your ability to feel things so deeply is what makes you so strong in your healing energy. You have a very compassionate nature as well, a very empathetic, nurturing nature to you. You pour into those around you. But I think recently with the Ten of Wands, you've been starting to notice maybe you need to pour into yourself a little bit more as well. But I'm just seeing people really admire and desire this quality and trait in you because your heart is just so beautiful. Your heart is like a magical portal to love and healing. And I feel like the love you give to those around you really just feels healing. You make those around you feel peaceful. You make those around you feel calm. You make them feel like there is no judgment. We can just be ourselves. And that is something people really admire in you. And they find that quality desirable in you because they find your emotional nature to be your strength, to be something that is really, really making you... I feel like it's a gift. It's seen as a gift. It's seen as a strength because you're a lover at heart and people really desire and admire those qualities within you as well. And I feel like some of you could love shopping. And people find that desirable in you, or maybe I don't know why I'm getting this energy, but I guess maybe this is just how people look at you. Some of you just seem to be fashionistas, or you seem to be someone that is always having the most beautiful things. Like maybe you like aesthetic or beautiful things in your home, things like that. That's what I'm seeing. Like maybe people feel like you have really beautiful homes or really gorgeous furniture. It's like maybe some of you like the finer things in life, and that is something people really desire in you or find desirable about you. I don't know why I'm seeing it. Maybe it's just people that look up to you or find inspiration in you and almost like want to transform and grow and be successful like you. I don't know. That's the feeling I'm getting. Because you look successful and glamorous in some way, or at least that's how people see you if you don't see yourself that way. And that is something people find desirable in you as well. And you also really have this go with the flow type of energy. I feel some of you are my magical pile, whereas some of you are my pure souls. And that is, people just feel like you have this immense amount of physical beauty, but your soul is beautiful as well. Your heart is beautiful. And it's like you just have this caring nature to you that people really love in you and admire in you. And I think you are also someone that is aware of energies. You can read people like a book, and there's something about that people also really desire. Maybe they desire to have that ability as well. But it's like you are aware of who needs to be discerned. Like, let's say a friend is with you and you're like, that person's vibe is off, and then later on they find out you were right. It's like maybe they wish to have that quality or trait, to be intuitive and to be able to sense energies and sense people's real true nature or their real true intentions. But I don't feel it in an envious way. It's more so an admiration and an awe. Like in awe, like, oh, I can't believe you were right. Like, oh my gosh, like that kind of energy. So that's what I'm seeing as well. And I also feel like people just look up to you in the way that you're always rebirthing yourself, always growing as a person. And it's like people just really look up to you, and you have a very free, liberated energy, and people look up to you and admire that, desire that quality in you in some way. But also, I feel like you really just have a joyful presence. Some people see you as the life of the party, really fun, really joyful to be around. And people really admire to be around you, being in your presence. They feel like they are glowing from the inside out because your energy is just so beautiful and so amazing, so fun, so joyful to be around. And I think people just enjoy spending time with you and being around you. And I feel like people can be themselves in front of you. That's something I'm seeing. People just feel safe in your presence, like they can be themselves, like they can be crazy and wild and have no judgment on them. And that's something I see people really desire in you as well. But I'm also picking up like a lot of people kind of just want to shoot their shot with you in terms of romance. They really just desire all these qualities and traits in you, find you to be someone they want to date or someone they want to go out with, start a new connection with, because it's like you have this all-rounded energy to you where you have this physical beauty, but you also have this beauty within your soul, and you're someone that is also very wise, very intuitive, very empathetic, and you see things on a deeper level. And people just love that quality and trait about you. And that's what makes you desirable, my pile number 3. So you have a very beautiful heart, a very beautiful soul, but also very physically beautiful. So this is what I see in your reading, my pile number 3s. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!